Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MPWF Smackdown action. We're going to start this tag team match off between Tyrone Fitzgerald and White Boy Fresh against Tendanciz and Jason Rage. These guys are the four men who take part in the final quarterfinal matches that will take place next week on Smackdown. And White Boy Fresh and Jason Rage both in a carbon elbow tie-up. And then judo hip toss, it seems, by White Boy Fresh. These four men are huge competitors on Smackdown. Big competitors. White Boy Fresh is an aspiring main eventer here on MPWS Friday Night Smackdown. As I said in his entrance, he's former tag team champion, and he's now starting to break the mold to become the main eventer. In some senses, he's doing better than his partner Sugar Shane Stevens. As a singles competitor, Stevens has went back to the tag team range with his brother, the Rated R Connection, and well, those guys got viciously beat down by the Red Hook section on MPWS Monday Nitro. But nonetheless, not about Nitro, it's about Smackdown action. And Jason Rage again with a Hurricane Runner and punching White Boy Fresh in the face. Jason Rage, he's got to be a little ticked off. He, should have been the MPWF heavyweight champion of the world. He should have defeated Joey Eagle, and had he defeated Joey Eagle would probably be in this tag team matchup right now, and Jason Rage would be the current heavyweight champion of Monday Nitro. But Joey Eagle got himself disqualified. And here comes Tendanciz now beating down on White Boy Fresh, and White Boy Fresh is getting assaulted, not having a good showing so far in this match. But what a beautiful toss by White Boy Fresh, again using some judo which he learned when he was a child. And you see, White Boy Fresh and Tyrone Fitzgerald, they will be facing each other at next week on Smackdown in the quarterfinals. But you got to think they have something to prove here. MVP didn't feel that he didn't put them up as a part of the Welcome to YouTube show. And like I said, they're two huge superstars on Smackdown, so you would think that they would be on the Welcome to YouTube show, but they weren't. So you know that they're gonna do everything in their power to try and prove themselves. And what a punch by White Boy Fresh, and tries to go for the count. And I think if Jason Rage didn't break that up, Tendanciz would have kicked out. And now an elbow by White Boy Fresh. White Boy Fresh needs to make a tag to Tyrone Fitzgerald. It's time to see if White Boy Fresh and Tyrone Fitzgerald are on the same page for this tag team matchup. And yep, he tags in Tyrone Fitzgerald. Now the double team is in order. And beautiful hip toss by these two. Tyrone Fitzgerald, a multi-time tag team champion with his former partner Joey Eagle, as they were a part of the tag team, the Creed, the most famous faction in MPWF history. Like I said, we saw two huge main eventers in MVP and KK Quam just give up their main event spots to push and pursuing the careers of Tyrone Fitzgerald and Joey Eagle until Joey Eagle decided, once he became champion, to break out of the Creed and leave them alone. And as you can see, the Creed logo is displayed, that Mustang is displayed on Tyrone Fitzgerald's t-shirt. Because Tyrone Fitzgerald tried to get retribution on Joey Eagle in their feud, but came up short in a brutal last man standing match that took place at WrestleMania. And now Tendanciz going for a roll-up. 1, 2, and Tyrone Fitzgerald able to kick out. Tyrone Fitzgerald now with a arm twist, working down on Tendanciz's arm, and now going for a shoulder budge. Tyrone Fitzgerald now Irish whipping Tendanciz back into the corner, looking to tag back in White Boy Fresh, which he does. And these guys, like I said, they have no choice but to work with each other. Like I said, they want to impress the MPWF crowd. This is the first time these guys are in front of the MPWF, besides being on probably the MPWF Smackdown commercial, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, go and check it out on the MPWF's chairman page. Yes, it is 6 months old, but check it out. You can see some of the superstars, and you can see the transition for SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 on the PS2 to SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 on the Xbox 360. And Tendanciz now climbing up to the top rope, looking to ascend, but White Boy Fresh moving out the way, now going and now driving fists into Tendanciz. White Boy Fresh, he's a talented competitor. He's from California, and he looks to impress everybody with some of that Cali wrestling style that he likes to bring to the ring. And it seems like a lot of high flyers seem to come from California, and White Boy Fresh no doubt can high fly. So this could turn out to be in a high flying spectrum. You got Tendanciz, who's a backyard wrestler. Well, back to the day when he's 12 years old, he used to jump off freaking houses because he used to watch those House of Pain matches in Japan, where you see some of the most vicious matches in wrestling history. You got Jason Rage, who's a former tag team partner with his brother in the Independence, Blake Madmire. And those guys did some crazy hardcore, some high-fly action. Then you got Tyrone Fitzgerald, crazy tag team with the Creed. And now you got Joe Eagle. Sorry, not Joe Eagle. What am I talking about? So here we go. Now knee him in the gut. And now Jason Rage going for a drop kick to White Boy Fresh in the corner. And now a beautiful spin kick to the face. Jason Rage now picking back up White Boy Fresh. And now going for a power slam, it seems, and dropping White Boy Fresh spine first onto the mat. Now White Boy Fresh heading to the top rope. No, sorry, Jason Rage heads to the top rope and nails a moonsault on White Boy Fresh. And now he's taunting to the crowd, and the crowd's going nuts for Jason Rage. White Boy Fresh needs to make the tag. Needs to somehow get his fight back on and get back to Tyrone Fitzgerald. And Jason Rage setting up for something, running into the corner. No, oh, Whisper in the Wind by Jason Rage. How beautiful was that? Whisper in the Wind connects. And now GTS, and he nails White Boy Fresh in the face. GTS, this one could be it. Pulling him away from the rope so he can get the count. Referee going for it. 1, 2, and Tyrone Fitzgerald just breaks up the pinfall. I thought that was it. White Boy Fresh would never have kicked out of that without Tyrone Fitzgerald breaking up. But Jason Rage heading back to the top rope again and going for another moonsault, which he connects with White Boy Fresh. White Boy Fresh is dazed. Tyrone Fitzgerald dazed momentarily, going for the pinfall again. 1, and more break up again by Tyrone Fitzgerald. Tyrone Fitzgerald does not want to lose this contest here tonight on MPWF Smackdown. Now what? Jason Rage stomping on White Boy Fresh. White Boy Fresh pushing him away, trying to fight back. Irish whip again by White Boy Fresh. And what a double team move, but we'll be back for some more MPWF Smackdown action.